Hey guys, welcome to the channel. During my streams, I've been getting a lot of questions about gearing and stuff like that. And one of the questions that comes up a lot is how much accuracy do I need in PvE? And the problem with that question is I simply cannot answer it for you. But today, I'm going to show you how you answer that question for you yourself. Let's jump into it. So today we're going to take a look at the tools to figuring out how much accuracy you need while grinding. And luckily there are already some great calculators out there. So I'm basically just going to do a tutorial and teaching you guys how you use those calculators. There are two main ways of doing it, and we're going to take a look at those today. The first one is the simplest one and easiest one. You log on to a character and you open your inventory and you click down here on View My Stats. This one is going to pop open a window and it keeps tabs of all your abilities. If you have any buffs active, it will be added onto the sheet instantly. So if I were to add and activate my alchemy stone, you would see these numbers go up right away. I'm not going to do that right now. So the number we're looking at is the accuracy and the accuracy rate. The accuracy is all the base numbers of accuracy you're leveling up for just being a character level 60, all the buffs and everything added in. And for me, I have 871 accuracy without any buffs activated. The other one here is your accuracy rate. Now, most characters should have 7%, but there are some with more. The 7% accuracy rate, it comes from 2% from infinite mastery, and then it gives you 5% from your skill passive buffs. So if you have below 7%, most likely you're missing either the max rank of infinite mastery or the guild you're in hasn't maxed out your accuracy passive in the skill tree. Now, what do we do with these numbers? It's all well and good to know how much accuracy you have. The other question we need to answer is, how much accuracy do we then need? And for that, we're going to jump on a homepage called garmoth.com. There's going to be a link in the description for the hit calculator. And we're basically just going to go on this homepage and we're going to plug in our numbers. So starting out, there are two different ways you can do it. There is this one here where you plug in all the single things, or there is a very simple, straightforward one that I personally use where it's only 3 numbers you are going to adjust. So I would advise you to just plug everything into the top one. It's way easier and straightforward. So first off, my accuracy rate. I'm going to add my number, which is 871 my accuracy, and then my accuracy rate is 7. Accuracy on skills. So the way I find my accuracy on skills is I go under my K skill menu. I play an awakened warrior. So for me, I would go and look at my abilities, and I have my Gravedigger, which has 25% accuracy. I have my Reckless Blow, 25% accuracy. I got my Frenzied Strike, 20% accuracy. Then of course my Heaven's Cleave, it only has 10% accuracy. My Pulverize at 12.5%, etc, etc. Most of my warrior awakening abilities has 20 or 25% accuracy modifiers. So personally, I would probably plug in 20% in the calculator. But we're gonna wait with that for now because I want to just show you some of the numbers. So right now we're gonna assume I play a class that has 0% accuracy on my abilities. Right. Now, is this all? No. And this is where it can be a bit daunting for some people, so I'm going to keep it very simple. I still need to add in my buffs, and you can just check the abilities you use when you're grinding and just see how much accuracy they add, such as your alchemy stone, food, potions, and etc. Another way you can do this is if when you are out grinding and you have everything popped and you're doing what you need to do, you can open your inventory and check your stats and you can see your actual numbers there. since they will update when you use the different buffs. But most people are going to be using Simple Cron Meal, which does not give you accuracy, Villa Buff, which does not give you accuracy, your Alchemy Stone, which if you're using Abel's Heart is going to give you 10 accuracy. So I'm going to change this plus 10. And I personally also use Frenzy Draft when I'm out grinding for most places. So I'm going to add another 12, meaning that I have 893 accuracy when I'm out grinding at most places. Now we're going to take a look at one more thing, the accuracy rate here. One of the big buffs that people forget about when they are doing their builds for grinding is skill add-ons. So I would advise pretty much anyone at any gear level to have an ability that gives you with a skill add-on for the 4% accuracy, and also one that gives you the debuff of minus 4% evasion. That will actually give you basically 8% more accuracy hit rate, which is really good. And you want to have them on abilities that pretty much give you 100% uptime. If you do that, you get to add plus 8 to the accuracy rate, meaning this one becomes 15. Now, let's scroll down further on the side and we can see our actual hit rate. So, with these numbers here, if I were to grind Histria, Star Ascent, Sakraya, Ash Force, etc., I would be at 100% hit rate. Surprisingly enough, I would not be at 100% hit rate at Bloody Monastery. Bloody Monastery has a very high evasion rate. So for me, even without adding in my accuracy and skills, I'm going to be hit capped pretty much anywhere. But what good is that for you? Another way a lot of people check out their numbers and their stats is using BDO Planner. I personally love it. I use it all the time and it's really good for this as well. So I've made a build in BDO Planner to show and use today as an example. One of the most meta PvE grinders right now is a Succession LAN, and one of the most sought after grind spots is Bloody Monastery. So I made a really good build. We might be on the low end on DP, but it doesn't really matter. You could be full pen armors with this. It's just the offensive stats we're looking at today. So I made a full build and I put in full human damage crystals in all the items. We're running human damage crystals. We are running precision gems here. You know what? For this today, we're going to change it to LCAS. We are spending money. We're assuming this guy, he has the money, he can do all this stuff. And another thing here, I'll show this in a bit, but I have my Trident here on purpose instead of another question I get a lot. Should I get a Ted Blackstar if I'm Succession? Or should I go with the Trident C19 in PvE? I don't care about PvP, I just want to grind and do the best. So just for fun, I've put in the Trident base for now, and you'll see why in a bit. So, pretty good stats. We got 285 AP, we got a lot of human damage. Now let's check out the actual numbers and see what is our hit rate. Maybe this build isn't as good as we think it is. So, we go under our stats and we see my accuracy is 375. Now, important to note, BDO Planner does not show your base character stats. So what we're going to do is we're going to whip out the calculator. We're going to write 375 and we're going to add the base rates. And we have to write up here, your base character has 383. So we're going to add those, and it's the same for all classes, by the way. So if you're using BDO Planner, the only thing you need to do is add 383 accuracy and everything is good. So we're going to add that and we're going to type in here 758. Again, we have the 7% rate. I'm going to assume that we are a real gamer. So of course we're using the 4% hit rate and the 4% minus evasion debuff. So we're going to change this number to 15. If I'm not completely mistaken, I am pretty sure Succession LAN has around 10% accuracy on average on the grinding abilities. So we're going to add in 10% here. Now, we're also going to add in the 10% from the Alchemy Stone and the 12% from Frenzy Draft. So that's going to bring us to 780 accuracy. Now let's take a look at our actual hit percentages in PvE grinding spot. So we're going to scroll down and we see here already we're not even going to be 100% hit rate in Sakraya. Okay, that's interesting. But we don't care about Sakraya. We're here for the big money Elvia grinding. So we're going to scroll all the way down and we're finding Orc Camp. We're almost at 100% in Orc Camp. But Bloody Monastery, we're at 81% hit rate. And suddenly we're back to like, well, should I be using Jin Vipers? Maybe like this is not the optimal build. So I can go back into my BDO planner and we can change some numbers around. Maybe instead of using a Ted Blackstar, we're actually going to use a Trident C19. That's going to give us 12 more accuracy. And you know what? Maybe I don't need full human damage. Maybe I should get some Jin Vipers here. And we're just going to add those in. And let's take a look now. Now we have 427. So we're going to go 427 plus 383. That gives us 810 accuracy now. So 810 plus the 22 from the Alchemy Stone and the Frenzy Draft. So that's going to give us 832 accuracy. Now let's take a look. And you know what? 94% hit rate at Bloody Monastery. This is looking a lot better right now. Now, if you were looking to grind somewhere else, then that is the number you need to look on. And that's why I cannot answer this question for you guys, because I don't know where you grind and I don't know your crystals or everything. But this is how you do it. This is how you're figuring out what accuracy you need and what you need to change in your gear to try and have 100% hit rate at your spots. And you know what? Maybe you don't care about Bloody Monastery. Maybe you want to grind Orcs, and just maybe getting that Ted Blackstar Awakening, even though your Succession, is the best PvE weapon for you. Guys, I hope you found this useful. As always, feel free to drop a comment or join the stream if you have any questions. I stream several times a week at twitch.tv/bicepsonsprime. And lastly, but most importantly, big shout out to Big and Shiny, who is the guy behind all the math, all the testing, and the actual reason we have these PvE hit calculators. He has so much more stuff, so much more damage calculators, PvP hit rates, all that fancy stuff. Join his stream. There's going to be a link in the description. You can also find a link to his channel right here on Garmoth. They've been using his numbers and his math behind it to make this amazing, intuitive and easy to use calculator. And there will of course also be a link to the homepage in the description. That's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one.